Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about PLTR stock and why Palantir is going to help make Iron Man suits a reality for some companies. We will also discuss how Palantir Technologies continues to advance their partnership with the United States government, why Cathie Wood's ARK Invest continuously buys PLTR stock, and why Palantir's two newest investments will give Palantir a reason for their PLTR stock to explode. Keep in mind that Palantir has an event named Double Click on April 14th to display how their technology is advantageous across a multitude of industries. And because of this event, we could see some good price action tomorrow. Remember to go and press the like button for more PLTR stock news updates, subscribe to stay up to date on hot stocks, comment your thoughts down below, and let's get right into the news. PLTR has had many great developments lately, especially because Palantir Technologies has invested into an SPAC company whose ticker symbol is ROT, who will take Sarcos Robotics and Lilium, which is an electric jet company, public. And this could cause PLTR stock to skyrocket, but we will dive more into that in a minute. PLTR stock is one of my long-term positions because I believe the stock has gigantic potential, which will lead to an increasing share price throughout the next decade, so I am buying it right now before other people realize its value. Palantir already has around 125 contracts with high-end companies and governments. These existing contracts can also turn into larger contracts as time progresses. For instance, PLTR has a $7 million contract with the Department of Energy. However, the contract can be extended 2 to 5 more years, which will rake in millions of more dollars per year. So in the end, the contract could actually be almost worth $90 million. Palantir Technologies has landed contracts and partnerships with the US government, specifically with the US Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, which can be valued at around $25.53 million. This amount also has the capability to be expanded to the value of $38.33 million if everything goes well and if Palantir performs how they should. But I think they will, because Palantir has a great leadership team along with great resources at their disposal. This is also without taking into account the US military complex contract, which is great for Palantir. Palantir also has a contract with the Animal and Planet Health Inspection Service, which, if extended, could be worth $6.57 million. And they also have a contract with the Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA. And if Palantir already has contracts of this caliber, their revenues are sure to grow throughout the next 5 years. This revenue growth can either come from existing contracts that are going to be extended, or the plethora of new contracts that Palantir will get because they have already proved their worth through these contracts. Palantir has already grown their government contract revenue by 77%, from $346 million all the way to $610 million, and this trend of revenue growth through new contracts being awarded to them or by contract extensions could take PLTR stock to the next level. When Palantir starts to get contracts in even more areas and industries, which their Double Click event can definitely help with, their possibility of future projects increases dramatically, which will lead to more revenue growth. It will put them closer to profitability, and the stock price could also gradually increase, like it has today, where the price has jumped up more than 9%. Many fund managers like Cathie Wood have bought up PLTR shares, especially if they believe in the future, because Palantir is in the business of data, which is growing rapidly, and a company needs to interpret this data for it to be analyzed, because otherwise the data would be relatively useless. So Palantir is going to transform their data into useful metrics that they can use to either increase their revenues or cut down on costs. Cathie Wood is very aggressive in her investment style, but that's because she is investing in the future, and she went on CNBC and said this, and I quote, "Some of the most important innovations in our lifetimes have started in the government, especially in the defense sector and intelligence sector. With this short-term time horizon, we have not spent enough in innovation, and so PLTR's attitude is refreshing. It's exactly how we invest. We want our companies to invest aggressively. We don't want profits now, we want them to invest aggressively because we're moving into many winner-take-most markets." Cathie Wood is basically saying that they don't want profits now, they want the company to reinvest in themselves, bet on themselves aggressively, and then provide profits and revenues and growth in the future. Cathie Wood and ARK Invest is certainly putting their money where their mouth is, because their ARKK ETF has over 14 million PLTR shares in it, not to mention the PLTR shares that are located in her other ETFs. Cathie Wood has had extremely great performance in her ETFs, and she believes in Palantir for the long term, which will give us huge returns in 5 to 10 years from now, and I think Palantir will pay off much sooner than that. What I am really excited about is Palantir investing into Sarcos Robotics and Lilium. Let's start with Sarcos. They will be making robotic exoskeletons to improve human capabilities, such as a human strength and endurance. Sarcos Defense and Sarcos Robotics are working on Iron Man type suits for the government and for the Navy. Now these suits could be used for many different things, but my mind instantly goes to warfare. But the question is, what does this have to do with Palantir Technologies? I believe that Palantir is being completely strategic here, considering that PLTR already has contracts with the US Army and Navy, and I think Palantir could be involved in designing the software for these Iron Man suits. The reason being that Palantir already has contracts with BP, ticker name Rio, and PG&E, where Palantir and all of these companies could use industrial Iron Man suits from Sarcos. Another reason to be excited about this is because Lilium makes personal electric jets, which is similar to what ticker symbol ACIC does, and I see this company being closely related to Archer. Palantir is definitely exposing themselves to other industries, and this expansion could cause major bullish momentum, and I think Palantir could become one of the world's most important software companies. With their strategic investments, amazing contracts, and their ability to rapidly scale their revenues, I think PLTR stock could be one of the best investing opportunities in 2021. But remember, if you are not willing to hold PLTR stock for the long term, then you may not want to buy it right now just for the opportunity cost. Remember to like this video right now, subscribe if you are new, comment your thoughts down below, and I will see all of you in the next YT video.